Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing the all-wheel drive Altima. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Ken Garf Nissan here in Orem, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an Xtronic CVT. Fuel economy is 26 around town and then 36 on the highway, with power outputs being 182 horsepower and then 178 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, taking a look at the hood, you guys can see here with the lines on either side, I think that gives it a distinctive appearance, and I love the metallic paint. And then popping down below, really cool headlight design, and notice the darker trim here off to the side. And you guys can see the grille is also darker with the coloration as well. And putting it all together, the Altima definitely has a sporty front end appearance. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 235/40/19 on the front and over on the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, you've got the silver trim mixed with the blacked out trim. I think that looks really sharp. And I like the fender here too, pokes out quite a bit. And then notice how everything's pretty much body painted here on the side. Do have blacked out mirror caps and a little bit of silver trim. And then here is your full side view with this Altima. Now taking a look at the key fob, you guys can see you've got the Nissan logo there at the top. We have a remote start function, lock and unlock, and then the opening for the trunk. And popping into the trunk, you guys can see storage space here in the back is quite plentiful. We also have these little tabs here to lower down the seats, and so that obviously would add to the storage. Anyways, when you're all done, just plop. Got a cool SR badge here in the back, and look at the taillight design, and then you can see the all-wheel drive badge and the rest of the badges as well. Parking sensors here at the bottom, and then sporty exhaust tips as well. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks here with the Altima. And then taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see the padding down below, and look at the contrasted stitching. I think that looks really cool. And then you got the darker trim right there. And then again, more of that cool contrasted stitching continues onto the side of the seat. Nice padding here with the seats. Legroom here in the back, the Altima is really good. We also have a storage pocket on the side, some USBs down below, and then headroom's solid. Also, I noticed there's little perforations in the seat with the kind of orange coloration behind them. That's really cool. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see soft touch here at the top, and look at the trim down below that goes to the door handle. And then here's a quick look at the mirror. We do have blind spot monitoring, and then we've got more padding down below with the two-tone stitching. All of our window controls, that one's automatic. Got your mirror adjustments as well. And then again, cool two-tone stitching, and look at the trim there in the center again with the perforations, and then you got the two-tone stitching on the side as well. All of your power adjustments here on the side, and then notice the trunk release there, and then you got like the carbon fiber print, and then the dash is actually soft touch. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch here all around, and then you got like a square bottom design here, and then look at the contrasted stitching there in the center. Paddle shifters here on the back of the Xtronic CVT. We also have our cruise control. We got our controls for the center stack. And then you guys can see the stocks here on the back. And then we've got an analog gauge on either side. And then you've got that screen there in the center, which you can use to see different bits of info here on the Altima. Pretty simple. And then in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Resolution on it's pretty decent. And then you also have a camera button which you can use to kind of change if you have the lines or not. But anyways, as for the infotainment system, sorry about this lighting. It's not really all that good just because of the time of day it is. But we do have a shortcut bar here on the side. And overall response time of the screen seems to be pretty solid. So I'd say easy to use. And I like that we have some physical buttons down below. Got more cool stitching here on the dash, and then it is soft touch for the rest of the dash, and then you got more of that like carbon fiber print design, and then you can see the single zone climate control down below, and then this is our charging area with our wireless phone charging pad. Shifter for the Xtronic CVT, got some cup holders here, parking brake, and then look at the stitching on the center console, it's nice. And then good storage space inside overall, and I guess while we're on topic of storage, there's your glove box, and then we do have a sunroof up top. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker. You guys can see 2024 Altima. Here's all the standard equipment. We do have some options on this one. Total MSRP, $34,705. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. and then you guys can see through both the mirrors, through the rear, and all-wheel drive Altima away, aka the Subaru killer. Yeah, we'll kind of talk about that as we are driving this. What I will say though right off the bat is, Nissan, if you're watching this, we the people demand that we get a VC turbo all-wheel drive Altima. We need it. It's not a want, it's a need at this point. But anyways, seat comfort's good in the Altima. I do like the padding in these seats. I was honestly torn today on which package I was going to review, because they also have an SL here, which is the more luxury package. But I figured you guys wanted to see the SR because it's a sportier looking one. But if you guys want me to come back another day and do a video on the SL version, then I can do that. That turn signal is like the sound is interesting. Just, yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just interesting. But let's see if this has any pep in its step. That's pretty good. I do like this Xtronic CVT. I will say it's snappy with the transitions. Some other stuff, I do like this interior quite a bit. It's like the contrasted stitching, I think, looks great. And there's, you know, a lot of it's soft touch. So even though this isn't the fully loaded SL, it still kind of has a premium interior feel. So I think that's, yeah, I just think that's a plus overall. It's quiet in here too, so that's nice. And I do love this flat bottom steering wheel. It's got a very sporty look to it. I guess this will be our real acceleration that we'll get here with the Altima. And it's spacious too. I guess another thing to mention, it's spacious. I'm not full throttle, but I'm pretty into it. Yeah, the Xtronic CVT is very quick to transition. I think that's really cool. I mean, I'm not going to call it fast by any means, but it gets up and moves. Again, Nissan VC turbo all-wheel drive, handle it. So something's up here with the all-wheel drive Altima. I like how the Altima drives. It's comfortable, it's fuel efficient. It's not the quickest, but it does move. It can, you know, it can somewhat get out of its own way. And so it's a nice package, and I'm glad that Nissan's offering all-wheel drive, so we have a Subaru competitor. So anyways, I think that's the best way to look at this all-wheel drive Altima. Is it's an alternative to Subaru. If you want, or you know, Mazda has all-wheel drive too, but like Mazda doesn't offer, they don't have the 6 anymore. So like if you want a larger size, it's not a huge sedan, but if you want a larger sized all-wheel drive sedan, then that's what this all-wheel drive Altima offers at this point. So it's, I don't think it's quite as big as the Legacy though. I think the Maxima is more Legacy size. I'm trying to remember kind of like I'm trying to like remember the dimensions of everything. But anyways, if you want an all-wheel drive car and you don't want a Subaru badge on it, check this out. It's got a really nice interior, it drives well, and it's efficient.